In our current message series, we're talking about what it looks like to have healthy hearts so that we can grow deeper roots in Jesus. And one thing we're doing every week is diving into a different spiritual discipline and talking about how we can implement it into our lives. And this week, we're focusing on serving. You know, Jesus would often go out of his way to serve others, and he would heal and feed and love people whom society had essentially pushed to the margins. And I think we often look at him and say, see, be like Jesus, which isn't necessarily wrong, but it's incomplete a little bit. Believe it or not, serving isn't just a Christian value. Someone doesn't have to be a Christian to serve. Look all over the world and you'll find missional organizations and people rallying around good causes, many who wouldn't even consider themselves Christ followers. Just people trying to bring some good into the world and make a difference. So what's unique about followers of Jesus then? Well, it's not so much the act of serving itself, but it's the why, the reason we serve. It's what we choose to do with what we've been given. And essentially, we've been given freedom by a God who graciously gave himself for us. You know, I love how Paul puts it in Galatians chapter 5. He says, "For you have been called to live in freedom, my brothers and sisters. But don't use your freedom to satisfy your sinful nature. Instead, use your freedom to serve one another in love." You know, this freedom that Paul speaks about comes only from encountering Jesus, from becoming aware of the love and the grace that God has poured out through his only Son, freeing us from bondage and the penalty of sin. And Paul says the response to that kind of love shouldn't be a life of selfishness, but a life of service, because we want others to experience that exact same love that we have received. John would put it this way in his first letter. He would say that we love because he first loved us. You see, we have a Savior, Jesus, who served by dying for us when we had absolutely nothing to offer him in return. And it's that kind of love that not only humbles us, but it sets us on mission. And so if we want to till the soil of our hearts, we have to first ask, have I truly been set free? Have I genuinely experienced the freeing love of God? Because if so, there's no way that we can live and not pour out that love by serving others. The reality is we get to join God in bringing heaven to earth and help people experience the very freedom that Jesus wants them to have. And so maybe it's serving a neighbor or meeting the needs within your community or serving on a team here at Traders Point. Regardless, I encourage you this week to take time to soak in the freedom that Jesus died for you to have, to relish the unconditional love that God has for you, and then to seek out a way for you to demonstrate that love by serving others.